welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna go over um, some markets. Um, so we'll start off dollar. If you don't know me, Dom FX. Do this weekly. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Let's get started. So start on a higher time frame. Let's look at the monthly. New month now. 1st of September. So it's more likely going to be bullish now that it's broken past, well, bearish for dollar, bullish for euro dollar, now that this mean threshold has been broken, so more likely to go lower. If we look on the weekly, that potential of going lower is still likely here. If it is going to go higher, maximum to the consequent encroachment of this wick of previous week, and then look to take out the low, and then we'll see what it wants to do after that. Potentially come to this fair value gap and then start going higher if it wants to, or carry on going lower. So what does that look like for euro dollar? So let's look on the weekly. You can see broke the mean threshold, so if we are going to go lower on the weekly, maximum to the consequent encroachment of last week's wick. So that's that wick there. There is a daily fair value gap, so there is a potential for that on the daily on dollar. So if that's going to come down to there, this has the potential to come back up into that gap. Reason being, only went like once into that area, so may want to look to do that again. If we look on the 4 hour, that just means coming back up into there. On the daily, just wicking that low, so it looks like so we just have to see what it wants to do from this fair value gap. Currently it had been ranging for a while, so we need to see if it does decide to break out of the range. If it is staying in the range, that's when it's more likely to go down to there. If it does decide to break, we'll wait until it's broken past to those highs, meaning those lows. So here, if price is deciding to go lower, potentially create a high, ultimate trade entry, and start to go lower. If this creating a Judas swing for the start of the week, low, optimum trade entry, high, and then start to reverse, optimum trade entry for it to go lower, and then start to go lower until the blue area. So over here, start of the week going lower, and then rest of the week start to move higher. We need to see if it's creating an equal high right now and an equal low for later in the week, because it is a Monday, so it could just set that up for later in the week, or if it does decide to take it now, then we'll look for it to start heading up to there and then eventually there. But yeah, that's euro dollar and dollar. So you can see broke the low, didn't close below it, just wicked it. So with this we can kind of see that it's not going to go lower than here until it has reached these highs. So that's what we are waiting on. We are just expecting a slight retracement, if there is going to be a retracement, go down to about there. So that is what we're waiting on. And the same thing in dollar, just an opposite, so going up to that imbalance there. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's go for pound dollar. So pound dollar, a bit weaker, but still got the right idea of looking to go higher. If it is going to go lower, let's look at the monthly first. Went lower respect to the mean threshold, but it's the only one which is opposite, so it's just gonna do it but slightly later while breaking this. On the weekly, if it is going to go lower, mean threshold of this wick. On the daily, that'll pretty much mean mean threshold of the daily candle. 4 hour, and that looks just filling in this. But yeah, eventually taking out these equal highs. That's what it looks like. So now let's go for indices. Indices on the daily. Let's check the weekly first. On the weekly, it's just ranging at the moment. Respect to that. Respect to the consequent encroachment of this wick. So if it wants to go higher, we'll do so this week. But if this week decides to break past that, that's when we'll look to for price to go down to there. Same with Nasdaq, a bit more bearish than ES, but yeah, if it breaks that, the consequent encroachment of that wick, then we're looking for it to go into there. YM, potentially into there. It's going to be harder for it to go all the way here, because this decided to go higher when they decided to range, but that's because both of them already made their bullish move. YM was a bit slow on that, so it finally caught up, and now it's just ranging slash sitting there for now. Bonds starting to move lower. So as discussed previously, that respected that, that respected that, and the 30-year bond slightly more bearish than the others. We are going to respect something. We'll respect this inverse fair value gap, potentially this order block. So that's what that looks like. And yeah, so ideally we want it to start moving bullish so that the dollar can start moving bearish, and the other currencies like euro dollar and pound dollar move bullish. At this moment in time, bonds are just looking to go sideways, as seen here, and here. It's eventually going up, but it's just going very sideways. So if it does decide to go lower into there, this a little less sure of, this into there, this can potentially just wick it and start coming up into this inverted fair value gap. And that's it, folks. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want more, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're up to date when I do go live. And yeah, thank you for watching, and peace out.